so far. DeForest Buckner joins us. DeForest, thank you for the time. How are you?
I'm doing well. Appreciate y'all for having me.
You got it. Thank you for dropping in here. So how's the neck situation? I saw you were back at practice today. You feeling okay?
Yeah. I'm feeling all good. Just wanted to, make sure everything was all right and give me an extra day. But I'm feeling all good.
Now, you've had to fight with some injuries. It was an elbow earlier this season. Obviously dealing with a neck right now, but feeling better. But it hasn't taken down your level of play. How difficult is that to deal with? Or because you've been through situations like this in a long NFL season dealing with injuries, is it something now that you're used to?
Yeah, I wouldn't say. You kind of get used to it, yeah, but at the same time, it's still a hassle, you know what I'm saying? Got to learn how to play with certain injuries, you know what I mean? And I'm just lucky we got a great training staff, to help get me back out there to really fight through it and make it through it on Sundays.
The thing that I think would stand out to me is the frustration that can come along with it. Because the level in which you are, and then you're thinking, this thing is going to hamper me a little bit. Dealing with the frustration, to me, would seem like the most difficult thing.
No, definitely, obviously when you do certain things that you normally do really well and, you got to compromise and figure out, an alternative way to kind of do it. Obviously it's a hassle, but the good ones, they find a way to get it done. So I'm just trying to make sure I get it done.
So DeForest Buckner joins us. Speaking of getting it done, how do you feel this defense is playing right now as we approach a Week 11 and a really good Eagles offense?
No, yeah, I feel like we've been playing at a high level. Obviously areas that we can get better at is, taking the ball away more, creating more turnovers, which we've been really preaching about. And, up to last week, there was key situations where we needed to get off the field and in the past games, and we weren't able to do that, and we ended up with, losing. It didn't matter how good we were playing throughout the entire game. In the fourth quarter when we needed certain stops, we didn't come up with it. And I feel like this past week, going against the Raiders, we were able to make those two, that third down with Bobby making that big play and Gilly making the fourth down stop at the end. We were able to, obviously in those key situations, get off the field. But, we definitely need this game as a team and as a defense. We need this game to go against the number one offense to really see where we're at.
Well, and certainly things have been, I describe it as chaotic just because of the change and, making a change on the fly. I want to get to that in just a second. But I want to talk about you along that defensive line with Grover Stewart. And a little bit about Grover Stewart, who, like you this season, has consistently played high-level football. What has he meant to this defense?
Oh, man, Grover's, he means a lot, especially in the run game. He's just a dominant force in the run game. He gets a one-on-one block, it's 10 times out of 10 he's making a play. If you got him single blocked, and it's just been fun, man. Playing next to Grove the past 3 years I've been here. He's always been a hell of a player, making big plays, and finally he's getting the recognition he deserves, and I'm just happy for him, man. He's consistently been showing up, every game day. He shows up to the building every day with the same energy, the same big smile, and the same dominant mentality. And he shows up on game days, and that's one guy I know that I never need to worry about.
Can you? I'm going to go to you on this because you're certainly the expert. Can you tell the way offenses and specifically offensive lines handle him now because of what he has become and developed into compared to how they used to in the past?
Oh, most definitely. You know what I mean? Grove has definitely been taking a lot more double teams as well this year. I definitely noticed that. And, that just comes with the territory. When you're constantly putting dominant stuff on tape, teams are going to start game planning you. And he's been experiencing that a little bit. And but he still finds ways to make plays. And when he gets that one-on-one opportunity, he takes advantage of it. Which it's just exciting to play next to him, man. And you don't understand, like when you're playing next to a dominant, all pro level type of player. It makes your job a lot easier.
So DeForest Buckner right there, who's absolutely one of those with us via the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. You've been through a lot of things. You've been through the business of the game. You've been through the game at a high level, certainly on the field. What was the experience like going through the coaching transition on the fly. I mean, because you guys still got to prepare for a game on the road in Vegas that you needed to win. What was last week like for you, even though you've been through a lot so far in your veteran career?
Yeah, I've been through coaching changes, but it was, obviously at the end of the year. And I've been through it, like you said, I've been through a lot in my career in the 7 years. But that was the first time for me, mid-season with the coaching change. And, moments like that, that's when you really need to lean on each other the most. Obviously your teammates, the guys in the locker room really need to lean on each other and obviously support each other. And obviously, we have those certain talks on like how we can turn things around. And obviously it was things that we've done. Obviously, we weren't able to get done on the field to get to this point. And I feel like the guys took on that challenge with all the chaos going on, and with Jeff coming in, and everybody getting behind what he's all about. You know what I'm saying? And the energy that he's brought to us, the accountability that he's brought to the team, it's been phenomenal. And the guys, they just fed off of that energy all weekend. You could just see the intensity in practice, compared to the rest of the year, and it correlated into the game.
DeForest Buckner's with us. You're an open-minded, intelligent dude, without a doubt, and obviously an embracing dude. As you've been through the business of it, you've gone through the on the field of it. I'm curious what you thought when you found out initially Jeff Saturday was going to be the interim head coach, compared to what you thought after the first time he spoke to you guys as a team. What was that feeling?
No, yeah, I mean, obviously nobody really expected at all that Jeff Saturday was going to be our head coach. You know what I mean? We thought they were going to elevate somebody, on the staff already, but obviously, Jeff was a change, and that first team meeting, we didn't know what to expect, and like I said, the energy that he brought to the team meeting, the reasons, why he came, why he decided to take the job, and what he was all about. I mean, shoot, that meeting, it touched me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? And I was just talking to the guys after, and everybody felt the same way. And it just went into a really great week of work. You know what I mean? And the guys really honing in on their craft and working to get better. Jeff was out there, obviously, coaching guys up, telling guys, when certain things weren't good enough, and then praising them when they were doing the right things. And the guys just fed off of the energy all weekend. Like I said, it correlated into the game, and, guys played phenomenal in the game.
Was it that first meeting, his first comments to you? Because you're a team leader, and people are also going to look for you on that team in that locker room for guidance as a leader as well. Did that first speech, did it speak to you? Was it inspiring, and was it something you think was necessary for that team to hear at that moment?
Oh yeah, obviously guys want when you bring a guy in, guys want to know obviously reasons why he took the job or whatever it is, and he really just told the guys, his adult life was forged here. You know what I'm saying? He cares about all of us, our families. He's been through what we're going through. You know what I mean? Just like football, having 14 years of it, in his career, and also just the people. You know what I mean? The people in the equipment room, the people in the training room. The people working around, the staff, the support staff all around. He knows all these people. He's had these relationships with all these people for like 20-something years. He cares about them. You know what I mean? He just cares about everybody in the building, and he loves the Colts organization, and so that's why he decided to take over. And just being very transparent and being himself, and I think the guys really like that.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that too, DeForest. That speaking to you and being transparent, I would assume you guys could sniff out something that absolutely wasn't on the up and up, or I guess I should say if somebody was just talking. But his speech, DeForest, it seems like that it reaches you and it grabs you. Unlike if you sniffed it out and it wasn't real, that's something you could probably gather right away.
No, most definitely, and especially obviously when you working with each other, when you're working with men, for a common goal. Obviously, trust is a big thing, and And you can trust someone when they're just being their authentic self. And he just brought that. He was just authentic. You know what I mean? He was just himself. He didn't try to be somebody he's not. And obviously the guys, we all respect that.
DeForest Buckner's with us. Before I let you go, and nothing against obviously Frank or anything like that, but did Jeff galvanize you guys at all with what he has said? And then playing off of that win on Sunday, was there any galvanizing in that locker room that you saw as the team leader?
No, I mean, I just like I said, there was just a different type of energy. It's unfortunate. That type of energy, something switched. I mean, I can't tell you if it was like, it was like a point where guys realized, like, man, like, coaches are getting fired because of what we're doing. Obviously we're not playing up to our potential, whatever it is. I mean, last week guys were, obviously shook and woke up. You know what I mean? And there was, we kind of finally realized we weren't playing up to the standard. And, Jeff Brent coming in with the energy that he brought in and holding guys accountable, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It all kind of, that's just the way that everything, panned out. You know what I mean? And, I mean, there's nothing towards Frank, because Frank was a great coach. You know what I mean? I love Frank Wright. And, it was just the way everything kind of shook out. And obviously getting that win was big for us, especially with everything that we went through that week. And, we just definitely something positive we can feed off of and going into this week.
So DeForest Buckner with us. Before I let you go, you guys defensively had a great deal of success against Patrick Mahomes, a great deal of success against Russell Wilson on a Thursday night, and you get kind of like the same want to keep him in the well type of quarterback with Jalen Hurts coming up on Sunday with the Eagles. What do you think about Hurts and their offense and what you're going to deal with on Sunday, DeForest?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Jalen, obviously, he's obviously one hell of a quarterback. He can extend plays out of the pocket. And like you said, we got to do a really good job of front rushing as one. Trying to keep them in the pocket, and also really the run game. You know what I mean? Especially with the zone reads. So the guys up front, we got to be really on our keys. Especially the DNs got to be on their keys because he's reading the DNs. Obviously, in all those zone reads and things like that. So overall, we got to do a really good job with staying on our keys and obviously doing our jobs because they capitalize on guys making mistakes.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on here because I know dealing with that can be tough, and especially a week later can be tough when you're rehashing it. But, man, you're always a really open, thoughtful dude, and I thought you were perfect for this show to describe what's transpired in the past week or so. And I thank you for doing that, man, because transparent and open is what you are and thoughtful, and we appreciate you jumping on here. Best of luck coming up on Sunday at home. That should be a juiced atmosphere, though. Let me tell you, that place is going to be rocking.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's going to be rocking. I can't wait. It's sold out. You got the number one team in football coming to town to play us, and, what better way to defend our house against the Eagles? So it's going to be fun. Can't wait.
Hey, keep playing at that high level, DeForest, and we appreciate you, man. Thank you again for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate you.